What's up YouTube, welcome back to MMOSWORLD. We're taking a first impressions look at MapleStory 2, which is a free-to-play MMORPG by Nexon, and it was released 10th October 2018, so it's been out for almost a month now. It was originally released in Korea, of course, and it took them a few years to bring the game over to the West, but we're finally getting to play it, and it's been super popular. According to Nexon, over 1 or 10 million players have, made an account and jump into the game. So what we're going to do today is we're going to be spending 10, 15, 20 minutes checking out your first steps in the game. What does it look like, how the controls look, the graphics, the combat, and all that good stuff. And at the end, we'll share our thoughts. So here we are creating a new character on the character select screen. And we have a bunch of classes to pick from. Runeblade, Knight, Berserker, Priest, Wizard, Archer, Heavy Gunner, Assassin, and Thief. Now, based on a lot of early reports, some classes were OP, some classes were hard to play, or there wasn't really a need for them, like the Heavy Gunner and Thief. Runeblade seems interesting though. This seems like a new class that was added after the free-to-play launch, so we'll go ahead and make the Runeblade. And the cool thing is you get to see the class in action down there at the bottom left with that preview window, which looks actually pretty fun. Let's go ahead and hit the character create button. Let's take a look at... Ooh, hang on a minute. We have a tutorial here to... That's a pretty cool character creator. You can drag your features and move it across the screen. So I'm going to close this right now. And let's give that a test. Well, you can move your character around, certainly, but I'm not getting the hair to move whatsoever. So let's try that again. Nope, not working as shown. So let's go ahead and create the Runeblade class. We're going to start with face. Let's take a look at some of the faces here. Happy, sad, and it's a very almost like an emoji anime style character creator and how you can make your characters look. I'm gonna go with the something less something decent. Yeah, alright, that works. You can change your eye color here. What else we got? Cosmetics, add tattoos and stuff. I'm not gonna do any tattoos. You can change skin color as well, some decent options here. And then for the top, you only get a bunch here. It's not much, but it's pretty standard for male and female. Different classes don't get to wear like different outfits at the beginning, but later on you can definitely change that if you want to through buying it from the store and things like that. And we'll check out the store in a bit. You can change your shoes as well. And that is about it. Hair is the last thing I did not check, but not a whole lot of hairstyles, you gotta say. I mean, these are just basic ones. And yeah, that looks good. Let's go ahead and create this character. Let's jump into the tutorial. I'm gonna name this MMOSWORLD as usual, and off we go. Okay, here we are in game at the tutorial. We've just watched a bunch of cutscenes, a couple of cutscenes that we don't want to spoil for you guys, so we're going to keep that story part out. There's 2 lengthy story-heavy cutscenes with subtitles and voice acting, which is actually pretty decent. So you got 2 control presets here. You can either use the keyboard only or mouse and keyboard, which is in beta right now. They recommend you using your arrow keys to play. I'm going to do mouse and keyboard because it's sort of a more of an ARPG style MMO. But you can change it on the fly. Just click that little button on top there and do as you please. You'll also see that there is a controller, use a gamepad option at the top left there, which is cool. If you have an Xbox controller, then they'll be fine. So here we go. Ishura talking to us. Can you walk on your own? And this is just a basic tutorial, just to move here. And done. So you won't have an option to skip the tutorial, unfortunately. You'll just have to do it, and let's see how the tutorial lasts. Now, hitting the tab opens up the minimap like that. And we are heading to the Whisper ticket up there. Now, the cool thing is, unlike the first game, MapleStory, which is actually, from a lore perspective, a sequel, this game is supposed to be the prequel, even though it is like MapleStory 2. It changes a bunch of things. First and foremost, you'll notice that it's in 3D now. And MapleStory, the first game, was in 2D. And there are lots of new features here that players could enjoy. For example, the whole blocky Roblox design of the world, where you can actually jump and climb and all these things. Oh, well then. I just fell down on the bridge. Find another way up. So there's a ladder over there. Let's go ahead and do that instead. Now you can also click to move if that's what you prefer. And I'll be up the ladder. Space to jump. And F is your interact or chat key. So we have a quest here, a Star Falls. Let's go ahead and pick that up. Okay. Alright. This is your portal to head to the next map. And again, I'm just going to open up the larger map. Oh, it can't be done on the tutorial. Well, let's move on. A loading screen with your full layout. I mean, it's pretty standard. If you've played an MMO before, this will all be familiar to you. Here's Euphoria. What do you got for me?
Where were you?
We heard you went after Halstead alone, and these are characters that you'll find out about in the opening cutscene, so don't worry if you don't know who they are right now. Not important, we want to look at gameplay more than story, so that you guys can discover that for yourselves. I've just been disconnected, that's BS. Alright, we'll come back. Alright, we're back and moving the tutorial along with some clicky quests at the moment. Now, if you take a look at the left side, you'll see the chat has already got some kind of spammer there. Gold spammers are such a pain in the ass in most MMO games anyway, but it just seems like Nexon MapleStory 2 hasn't found a proper solution to dealing with them at the moment. So I'm just going to move this along and we'll come back when we're ready for some combat. Okay, here we go. We're in part of the tutorial now where we are being ambushed and there's going to be some combat available. Tutorial gives you some early skills, so I've got 2 skills in addition to my auto attack right now, and this is your combat tutorial. This is my health bar down here, as it says, health and spirit. Spirit's going to be required to use your basic skills, so control is to basic attack, and you'll also have 2 skills, but unfortunately the NPC just went into overpowered god mode and prevented me from highlighting any of that stuff. So the one criticism I have of MapleStory 2 so far is that the tutorial is long-winded. Lots of story here if you like it, but interacting with NPCs is just a pain in the butt because you have to spam your F key so much. So you can zoom in and out like that, so that's pretty nice. You can go all the way up in, which is something that, you know, the old MapleStory didn't really have. So let's go ahead and finish this up with the Raging real quick. Yeah, that's what I mean. Okay, now, what do I have? Open the inventory is what they want me to do. Go to the consumables and drag it down to a quick slot or something. But they want me to put it there. Like that. Okay.
Alright, quickly, report to Landivian.
Alright, report to Landivian, here we go. So, the movement at the moment between, you know, sequences in the tutorial can be pretty boring, but after the tutorial it does get a lot better because then you are exposed to the open world. And you'll see that, you know, having one dialogue, it doesn't end with just one chat scene. You have to talk to the same person like multiple times. Which really slows things down quite a bit and is somewhat necessary because you will level pretty quick in here. Level cap, I believe, is 50 at the moment, so there's lots of you know, content like endgame dungeons to do, gear farms, and mini games which are very popular here in MapleStory 2. This is another cool feature that I like, you know, the whole parkour system where you can climb things. Pretty much anything on the landscape is climbable, and there's going to be lots of achievements for players to do, and just moving or swimming or climbing, floating, which is the game's version of flying, will grant you achievement progress. So this is what a in-game cutscene will look like, basically, and then there's another more artistic cinematic that happens as well. So let's go ahead and carry the rock and drop it here where they want me to drop it, and it's clear. So now we do get some combat. Here we go. Again, left control will be to attack, and then any skill on your hotbar, you can just hit it to execute, and you see my spirit has just gone down there. The thing is, you don't have to continuously click a hotkey. You can just hold it down and it will continuously strike the enemy. So now we got some more story sequences here. I'm going to skip this portion for story spoilers, and now we can move on. Okay, little Scout Rider has sent a switch, so let's go ahead and do that one. And it's opened up a bridge, and everybody's dead, so yay, no combat here. Okay, here we go. Are you okay? I see Holstad. I'm fine. Again, I'm going to skip for any story spoilers that might happen here. Return to the fortress and join the manhunt. So, just as a TLDR, a fugitive is on the run, related to our Blade Order, and now we have to go find him. Later on, you do get mounts as well in the open world, and there's some pretty decent looking mounts, from cars to animals to motorcycles. It really depends on your style and what you want.
Okay, that's enough.
Okay, what are we getting here? We're getting a crest, gloves, and gear. So by just playing through the main story, you will most definitely have everything you need to play the game in story mode, at least, because the difficulty is not difficult at all, let's be honest. And the only challenging content you'll have is maybe the world bosses that spawn and some of the dungeons that you can play in hard mode, but you got to be level capped before you do anything with hard mode. Let's go ahead and talk to Landavian here.
It's your problem now.
Okay, we're going to the Runic Wayne Station now, and again, there's going to be tips and place that's going to teach you how to get there. Okay, who is this? Morin. And you do get the best your best source of XP will come from the main story, which is why as soon as you get out of the tutorial, well, it may be fun to explore and everything, you probably will want to just continue the main story and get as much XP if you want to level fast. So what are we doing? Speak to Morin and teleport to Ishura. So I'm going to hit move. I'm guessing that's what they want me to do here. And we're moving to Ishura.
New mail has arrived.
And here we are in one of the inn rooms.
There you are.
This is what the interior looks like for MapleStory 2. You have a lot of clutter. Some of these are not interactable, but you do get your own house later on. You can get a house, and the housing system will let you play around with a ton of different decorations and things like that. It's actually pretty impressive, the housing system in MapleStory 2. If we finish the tutorial fast enough, because I think the tutorial is going to take up the bulk of the 20 minutes that we have allocated here, we probably won't be able to show you guys everything. So here we go. We are now out in the open world where you should see other players around like that. Here's other players all popping out, and we are now in the open world. You just saw that we got the trophy, and trophies are given to you for completing achievements. They do have achievement points and things like that. More icons have opened up on the panels that you can see down here, and we'll go through some of them before we end the video. Let me just drag my skill bar that I lost because of that damn potion. So this is what your skills panel looks like. You just open it with K, and then at every few levels you will get skill points that you can put into making your perfect build. You can add more builds in the future if you want to, just to make it easier to swap between builds. And the cool thing is that when you reset, it's completely free of charge, so Nexon doesn't charge you for resetting anything. So hitting the M key, let's take a look at the world map, and it is a big world. We are just in one corner, which is Lilith Harbor, and Traya here is the main hub. This is where you see all kinds of players just hanging out, showing off their houses, their creativity. And following the main story will pretty much take you through a decent journey. You'll visit every map, not every map, but every area or region. For example, Tria, I should say, Tria is Guild Wars 2. Then you'll go to Elenia or whatever, and you'll at least visit a few maps. At level 50 though, you'll come to this area, and all these red marks here, this simply means these are open world PvP maps. So you go there, you can attack other players, and other players can attack you. Just keep that in mind. But there's other islands as well, Calibre Island here, and then Karkar Island. So in the future, Maple could also open up more regions, which will be interesting, and exploration. You get to collect rewards and stuff like that. So what else shall we check out? We have a daily rewards calendar. Simply log in and you can collect some stuff, which is a feature for a lot of games these days. This is the trophy screen, and all the trophies you collected will be on show here. What else do we want to check out? Home, you can go to your house, hitting that, you can pick your house, and based on that template, you can then expand it by adding more square feet, and then the more you play, you obviously can unlock more stuff to, bring back. This is another cool feature. You just open up this and you can see who's in the vicinity, and people can upload their own avatar. And it's the same for buildings and designs. As soon as you get a cool one, you can upload your own or even sell it on the store, which is a good point. Let's go ahead and open up the Merit Store real quick. The Merit Store is the game's in-game cash shop. Let's see if we can bring that up. Here we go. So this is the in-game cash shop, and the currency is going to be merits here, and then you got red merits. Now in here you'll see a bunch of different things, from mounts and housing decor. There's a lot of different categories in the Maple Store. It's not exactly like full-blown pay to win because you can't buy gear here. And the cool thing is the design shop. These items are designed by other players in game using the UGC workshop, which is the user generated content workshop. So you can design stuff in Photoshop, upload your own images, and then sell it. So for example here, this person has gone ahead and designed their own hoodie. As you can see here, that's their own design. Let's see if there's any nice weapons that are custom designed, or if there's any other IPs, like if somebody uploaded like a Final Fantasy or a popular pop culture icon or something. But this is interesting. Here's a Psycho mask that was designed outside using Photoshop or whatever, and people can sell that. So buying this, you will give the, or you'll reward the other player with the merits, obviously, so they get to reap the rewards for their creativity, I suppose. So you can do that too. All you got to go is do the My Shop here, and then you can just post your items, which is really interesting. As for the UGC workshop, it's somewhere here, but yeah, you have that option. So in a nutshell, there's a lot to do in MapleStory 2, and I'm not even exaggerating. Mini games is something that happens every half an hour, so keep an eye out for that. It's a great way to break the questing monotony. And it does give you decent XP too, but like I said, the best source of XP will definitely come from doing the main story, so we highly encourage you to do that. So that's gonna be it for us, guys. Unfortunately, the tutorial took a long time, but in short, it's a free-to-play game by Nexon America, and it's out already. It's been out for a month. The player base, especially at later levels, here's a cool feature of the map. If you go to the world map here and you hit hotspots, this will show you where the most amount of players are at any given moment. Tria is obviously going to be a very populated zone because that is the main hub, and lots of players go there for fishing and other life activities that the game has. But on weekends and prime time, the level 50 areas will be where everybody's at, just doing dungeons and things like that. So population is pretty good. So final thoughts from us. For a free-to-play game, it's pretty decent. It does have its own premium subscription optional that you want. You can get, of course, for some bonus like free helicopter rides that can take you around the world for an instant travel. But that's totally down to you guys if you want to spend more money. But it's totally fine playing for free. Unfortunately, other people outside of the West, Europe, and North America cannot have access to this. So you'll have to use a VPN to play. So that's it from us here at MMOSWORLD. Check out MapleStory 2. Hit the like button for more first impressions of videos, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to check out our website at MMOSWORLD.com for up-to-date MMO news. As ever, I'm Adrian from MMOSWORLD, signing out.